Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and highest honor to Yahweh, which is the name of the Heavenly Father in Paleo Ancient Hebrew, and to Yahweh Shai, when you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, his name in Paleo Ancient Hebrew. Double honors to the Apostle Elders of Great Millstone and well salutations to you few brothers out there that preach, teach, and prophesy this word, truth, and sincerity. We put our lives on the line in these last 2 days to bring you this raw and this uncut truth. It's the brother Ariaga from the Grand Rapids, Michigan camp here with another nifty lesson. All right. For you few brothers and sisters may see this, shalom. Let's get into it. All right. So, something that has become common knowledge as of now, is basically Elon Musk being Donald Trump's. Well, Elon Musk is the president, man. Donald Trump is just a figurehead because he has a larger following. Of course, socially, Elon Musk isn't the most loved individual, right? But to the so-called white Americans, the vast majority of them are MAGA members that support Trump. And, what you have is Elon Musk feeding off of the energy of the followers of Donald Trump. And the elites basically placed him over him. Why? Because, as we say, we believe the Most High is going to use Elon Musk through Donald Trump's, voted authority or elected authority. Because remember, Elon Musk is not an elected government official to bring in this mark of the beast. All right, which is the RFID microchip and his brain chip, right? Check that out. All right. He's out here letting you know that there's going to be a digital God and all kind of crazy shit. And that will be in another lesson. All right. Because we got to always update that mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? That's like right upon us. Okay. On the doomsday clock, we are, as they said recently, at 89 seconds. So, we're hoping that all of this stuff falls into place this year, the mark of the beast, World War III, all of that, man. So we can get the hell up out of here, because we can't get out of here until the Most High brings about his prophecies. And the main one being that mark of the beast, all right? Because once they implement that mark of the beast, then the World War III is going to fully jump off. And then the Most High is going to have to, give the Lord that signal so he can come back, you know what I'm saying? So, the elect won't be deceived and they are delivered, you know what I'm saying? Because that is the point, is to deliver the elect, okay? That's the goal. And for the elect to be delivered, all hell has to break loose. And these are the individuals, Tom and Jerry, goddamn, what's the other duo? I forgot. It's a fat and it's a skinny dude, mustaches and shit. It's all old school shit. But anyway, yeah. This is the individual, or these are the individuals that the Most High will utilize to bring in that agenda. Let's get to it.
I wasn't even going to post on this, and then I saw some clips that changed my mind, and I'll show you those in a moment. But first, Elon Musk yesterday, along with his son, Little X, held a press conference in the Oval Office to discuss what Doge is doing, all while Donald Trump watched on silently from his cuck chair. And in the aftermath, one of Elon...
Also, this guy right here puts up awesome videos, man. So after that, check him out. I forgot his name and the name of his page, but yeah, let's get back to it.
Fanboys shared this tweet that Elon reposted. It says, "History repeats itself," and it shows two images. The first image is a pretty iconic image of JFK Jr. playing underneath his dad's desk while he worked in the Oval Office. And the second is Little X seemingly bored out of his mind, crawling around on the floor while Donald Trump pontificates about what he liked watching from said cuck chair. But I can point out at least one glaring difference between these two situations. JFK Jr., as I recall, never had criticisms of his father while the press was there. Little X, on the other hand, has a lot to say, and there was a hot mic that caught some of it. So first is this little gem.
To restore democracy. This may seem like, well,
you heard that too, right? You're not the president, you need to go away. I'll play the clip a second time. Just, you watch it, tell me if that's what he said.
To restore democracy. This may seem like...
That's what he said, but I'll go one better. Because he also said this.
The prices from 1 year to the next are the same. And they're more useful.
That one's clear as day. He says, I want you to shut your fucking mouth up. And there's already people who are like, out of the mouth of babes. But let me just put this out there for your consideration. A child this young doesn't have this profound moment where he like tells off Trump. He just repeats things he's heard. So if he says you're not really the president, chances are someone has said that around him and he's repeating it. When he says, I want you to shut your fucking mouth up, he's either heard someone say that to someone else or someone has said that to him, and he's repeating it. Either scenario is pretty disturbing. But perhaps the question we should be asking is the same one that Shay Jordan Smith asked on Twitter, which is, why the fuck is Elon Musk doing press briefings in the White House from the Oval Office? He is not an elected official. Why is he holding court in the Oval Office? Nothing about this is normal or good. You know, I wasn't even going to post on this, and then I saw some clips that changed.
Yeah, they need to call that little motherfucker X. They need to call that nigga Damon from the Omen and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a little demon. That little dude is a little demon. You know, he one of those privileged children that don't get their ass whooped and shit. He's sitting up in there talking about you're not the president and all. Man, look, man. You know, that's that Edomite. That's how Edomites get down anyway. Why is Edomites? That's what they do. They let their children do whatever they want to do. Trump is better than me because I'd have been like, hey, man, pause the camera. Hey, man, get this little motherfucker up out of here, man. Before I fuck around and snap in this bitch. That would have been my... I don't give a shit what... Look, Elon, I don't give a good goddamn what the fuck you think and what you can do and what you got and where they put you. Get this little motherfucker out of here before I nut up. Before I spin this motherfucking presidential chair around and bust him in his damn mouth, man. Get him out of here. Okay? Ain't no goddamn way that little demon should have been saying anything. That shit is crazy, boy. But you get a direct glimpse at who your real president is. All right. Now this one says former RNC chair Michael Steele goes in on Elon's infiltration into the federal government, accessing everyone's personal information. So you know that's Jake. Let's see what Jake got to say, because you know we ain't gonna hold no punches.
Like you to show that you give a damn, that you got a little emotion about the fact that people are losing their jobs indiscriminately. That this individual sitting at down 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue has given absolute power to one man who brings his son into the Oval Office, whose son says to him, "You're not the president. You shouldn't be in that chair." Now, where did he get that from? He got it from his daddy, because that's what his daddy thinks of the man who brought him into the Oval Office. So I just like to see somebody wake the hell up and get excited about the fact that your country is under assault. They're not at the gate anymore. They're in your bedrooms. They're in your living rooms. They're in your businesses. They got your data, dumbass. They got all your stuff. Elon Musk has his tentacles in everything you're doing, not just off of X, but now he's in the Treasury Department. He's in the Labor Department. He's in the Department of Homeland Security. And nobody seems to give a damn. So that's all I want, somebody to show that they care enough to get off their fat ass and say something about it. I'm like, you know what?
You know, some fat ass person is like, how dare you? You missed the whole, you know, point of the message and what the brother was saying. What's his name? Michael Steele. All right, he was on point with that, man. Let me play that one more time. Damn.
It's like you to show that you give a damn, that you got a little emotion about the fact that people are losing their jobs indiscriminately. That this individual sitting at down 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, has given absolute power to one man who brings his son into the Oval Office, whose son says to him, "You're not the president. You shouldn't be in that chair." Now, where did he get that from? He got it from his daddy, because that's what his daddy thinks of the man who brought him into the Oval Office. So I just like to see somebody wake the hell up and get excited about the fact that your country is under assault. They're not at the gate anymore. They're in your bedrooms. They're in your living rooms. They're in your businesses. They got your data, dumbass. They got all your stuff. Elon Musk has his tentacles in everything you're doing, not just off of X, but now he's in the Treasury Department. He's in the Labor Department. He's in the Department of Homeland Security. And nobody seems to give a damn. So that's all I want somebody to show, that they care enough to get off their fat ass and say something about it. I'm like,
Hey,
you know what?
Jake ain't holding no punches, and that's so real. Edomites is still like, oh yeah, well, Trump is in. Now, I went through several videos of people, Edomites that and Mexicans or Latinos and some Negroes and shit, put up videos on TikTok, basically regretting that they voted for Trump, but it's too goddamn late. It's too late. You made your coffin, now you got to lay in it. You understand? You dressed up your coffin real nice, gold plated. The motherfucker got the velvet interior with the double pillow. You got you one of them Cerna, nigga had Cerna customized the interior. Nigga got a damn pillow that they lay the head on. Got a damn. It's made out of Tempur-Pedic memory foam. You done made your coffin. Now you got to lay down in it, because you don't have to tell nobody, oh, well, I voted for Trump. You ain't got to tell nobody who voted for who. Just look at the way they fucking look. Look at their face. Look at the look on their face. Because there's a lot of individuals that realize what's going on and they hoping for the best. Maybe I'll wake up tomorrow and he changed his mind and they decided, like, no, this right here, this type of shit that's happening. When you talk about making America great, the only thing that it's going to become is a great smoldering heap. Because this type of shit is why the Most High is going to destroy this place. Because wickedness is just going unchecked. And it's got to go, baby. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 10 starting at 1. It's in the Apocrypha, King James Apocrypha. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. There's nothing prudent about this dude. All right. A wise judge. He's not wise because all of his vast majority of his business ventures flopped. He's being funded he got his daddy's money, and the government is funding him to do all the chaos that he can, to push their agendas. That's where he gets his money from. But most of his business ventures have flopped, as you can see, even looking at the Tesla recalls, the massive ones, and, it's devastating. Anyway, as the judge of the people is himself, so is his officers. And what manner of man is the ruler of the city is, such are all they dwell therein. So as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. All right, so these are wicked individuals that's for this new world order. So of course, all of their officials, that's why you see so many layoffs, right, on the federal level, because these are people that basically have a problem with the new system that they're implementing. They like, hey man, fuck all that. This shit is this shit is wrong. All right, you're fired. You know what I'm saying? Like The Apprentice, they are just firing left and right because they're not for the agenda to come. And what they're telling them behind the scenes too, I'm pretty sure they letting them know, hey, you're gonna have to get this beast put. They're gonna have to get this mark put in you. They tell them the whole game plan. You know what I'm saying? So they're not just, disqualifying them and shit because they don't have the right pair, right color shoes on, or they not, don't have a whole bunch of followers on Twitter and Instagram. No, it's because the individuals that they approached that were in these positions were against the system that's moving forward. Okay, they're against it because they didn't heard some shit that's like, oh no, let me get the hell away from this. I'd rather resign and quit as they're all doing because they do not agree with this system, this beast system that they're setting up. It says, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So if this nigga's wicked, Trump, all them MAGA, you know, individuals and shit, hey, you wicked as hell too. Anybody that's running with this regime, with this dictator regime, understand you wicked as hell too. If you agree with any of this system that they got going on, you wicked as a motherfucker, man. And the Most High is gonna do away with you. It says, so all these supporters of the MAGA movement and the Republican Party and all of that, if you are with this new agenda, you are just like your king, okay? King Trump, better yet, King Elon. An unwise king destroys his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. So an unwise king destroyed his people. What do you think they're doing with this system? They're destroying it. I was just looking at a video earlier with him that I'm gonna save for a Mark of the Beast video that was just basically, them talking about a race. Who was that? JD Vance was talking about erasing this system, right? Matter of fact, hold on. All right, so this is in reference to this scripture right here, where it says an unwise king destroyed his people, right? And this is the destruction.
One in the process is to totally replace, like rip out like a tumor, the current American leadership class, and then reinstall some sense of American, political religion.
We need to rip it out like a tumor and then install political religion. The man who is interviewing J.D. Vance here gets very excited about this idea, and it leads, this is important here, it leads J.D. Vance to explain sort of influences on his thought, where he gets his ideas on subjects like this.
What other options do we have besides voting them out, which we're seeing is ineffectual?
Yeah, so again, this is like a tough question, but this is maybe the question that confronts us right now. There's this guy Curtis Yarvin who's written about some of these things.
Knowing chuckle there. There's this guy Curtis Yarvin who's written about some of these things. This is Curtis Yarvin, who J.D. Vance is citing here as he is talking about the need to, seize the universities, use the government to destroy businesses who aren't right-wing, talking about needing to rip out the American system like a tumor. Here's the guy he is citing as his sort of the source of his thinking on these matters.
What is government? Government is just a corporation which has a country. Nothing more, nothing less. It so happens that our sovereign corporation is very poorly managed, and there's a very simple way to replace that, which is what we do all corporations that failed. We simply delete them. We haven't been able to do that with our government for 2 years. So it's not really scary.
What would that entail? Deleting the U.S. government?
The other thing about getting rid of your government is you can't just say, well, the limits of the government are the limits of the formal government. You have to say, well, what is the system actually? And it includes a lot of things that are called NGOs, things that are called universities, things that are funded by the state. It's a very, very large system, and it all needs to be destroyed. Fortunately, there's a lot of talented Americans who actually know how to run things and make things work and are generalists. And you can just get these people, put them in a position of responsibility and have them do the thing. And finally, you need a CEO, and a national CEO is what's called a dictator. It's the same thing. There's no difference between a CEO and a dictator. If Americans want to change their government, they're going to have to get over the dictator phobia.
If Americans want to change their government, they're going to have to get over their dictator phobia. This is where J.D. Vance's big ideas come from about where the country is heading for. Quote, Vance is friends with Curtis Yarvin, whom he openly cites as a political influence. Yarvin the main political influence on all of the people who have supported J.D. Vance throughout his career, including paying to install him in the U.S. Senate. When J.D. Vance says stuff like, we're in a late Republican period, which is something he says all the time, he doesn't mean anything about the Republican Party. He means we're at the time right before the Roman Republic collapsed. And what happened after the Roman Republic collapsed? Well, a dictator, Caesar, came in, and wasn't that better? He talks about being in a late Republican period all the time. That's him channeling this guy, Yarvin. When Vance says universities are the enemy and they should be seized, he's not only channeling Elizabeth Dilling and Alan Zoll and all the weird far-right crusaders against the universities from the 30s and 40s. That would be troubling enough. He's also channeling this guy Yarvin, who says that while we are firing all the government employees, we should do the same to the universities because they're all part of the bigger system that all needs to be destroyed. He says, quote, retire their employees and liquidate their assets. Universities in particular have lovely campuses, many of which are centrally located and should be quite attractive to developers. Meaning, let's put somebody in to be a, what does he call it? CEO, a national CEO, which he says is indistinguishable from a dictator. And then the dictator should take over all the universities and sell them off to developers. This is literally a pro-dictatorship, pro-monarchy philosophy that is not just about ending the U.S. system of government, deleting the U.S. government, but then using the power of a dictator to dismantle universities, dismantle businesses, to dismantle all of civil society, to instead install a whole new system controlled by the state that serves just the desires of the dear leader.
Yeah, there it is.
One in the process.
Your boy J.D. Vance. J.D., y'all. He up in there showing you that this system is shit. Don't get me wrong. This system is all fucked up and it's trash. But the system that they are implementing, all right, is far worse than the current system that they have at hand. Let's go.
Okay, government employee friends. So things are happening in the middle of the night, as they tend to do with this administration. And so far, the list of agencies that I can find that probationary employees have been terminated, it's going to take me a minute to go through them. But the Trump administration is ordering all agencies to terminate all probationary employees as they are at-will employees. So they fired everybody that's probationary at OPM. Department of Education, USAID, USDA, the U.S. Forest Service, including probationary wildland firefighters, the National Nuclear Safety Association, or Administration, NNSA.
Which they recognize how they blundered, how dumb that was, and now they're trying to call those individuals back. But the thing is, once you fire somebody from a government position, they have a government email. So when they're fired, right, they take that, they snatch all of that away from you. So they're now trying to scramble because they didn't realize the importance of the individuals in the NSA. And now they're trying to scramble and bring those individuals back so they can actually do their job. So once again, it shows how they're destroying this government and how inadequate the rulers are, right?
We're going into the GSA, Department of Energy, Small Business Administration, Veterans Affairs, so the VA, the EPA, the Army Corps of Engineers, Department of Justice, Health and Human Services, the FAA, the CIA, the CDC, Flu Division only, the Department of Defense, Department of State, the IRS, and the Veterans Board of Appeals, so the VBA. There's going to be more. This is just the list that I can find right now. If you are a probationary employee and you are currently employed by the federal government, get online, print off your W-2s. If you can get onto work systems tomorrow, print off your SF-50s that show your current job description. Print off everything that pertains to your personnel file only. Don't take anything else with you, just your personnel file. Because when they terminate you, they will lock you out of those systems. Find out now what your rights are and they'll give you some stuff with this, but not much because you're not tenured in. So get everything together now. The Fed News subreddit on Reddit has great information for anybody that might be going through this and what you should be doing. So that's the list I have right now. It's 9:20 p.m. Eastern Time on February 13th, 2025. This list is going to grow. If you are a probationary employee, you need to prepare for the Trump administration to end your job.
Yeah, fair use. And my man told it like it was and how it needs to be. He told you the straight skinny, Trump iron federal employees in mass. And I highlight once again, that's the one that's doing all this mass firing is your president, Elon Musk. Okay. Hey, he did that shit as soon as he popped up in X and Tesla. He showed up and he popped up in all of these different areas. And what happened? The first thing they did when he popped up was just start mass firing individuals. So trust and believe it is your boy, Elon Musk, the failed business owner that was handed money, granted money from his father, from the government, all right, to continue doing the wickedness that he does, okay, because if left alone with his decision making, he would be standing on a burning heap of previous businesses, all right. All right, I got one more video, one more.
Elon Musk has leaked classified information on the Doge website. I spent 13 years in military intelligence and I held a top secret clearance. Let me explain to you in under 3 minutes what happened, why it's so dangerous, and what this means going forward. What happened was Elon Musk published personnel numbers for the NRO. That's the National Reconnaissance Office. Now, you might think personnel numbers, that doesn't sound classified. Let me really quickly explain to you the difference between confidential secret and top secret. Level of classification is based on the danger to national security if that information were to be leaked. So if something were to be leaked that would cause serious danger to our national security, that's confidential information. Critical danger to our national security, that's secret information. Grave danger to our national security, that's top secret information. This information that Elon Musk leaked was secret, no foreign information. That means it would cause critical danger to national security if it were to be leaked. And no foreign is a caveat. That means no foreign nationals are allowed to have access to this information. Why are personnel numbers so important? Because this is a priority intelligence requirement for any country when they're trying to collect intelligence on another country. If I know how many personnel you've committed to one area or the other, then I know, number one, what you're actually capable of in that specific area. I also can put together how many personnel you have in other areas, because if I can figure out your overall personnel number and then I can figure out you divvied up personnel this way, then I can look at where you're spending your most money and time. And that's why we keep the number of personnel in our intelligence agencies and many other agencies classified. That's also why it's so dangerous. You see, Elon Musk and the 19 and 20-year-olds that he has in there doing this, they don't know this because they're not trained on intelligence information. They don't understand why it's classified. And they don't understand the danger it presents to America and American national security if put on a public platform like he just did. So what does this mean going forward? We don't know how he got access to classified information or how much other classified information he may have access to or may get access to. And that's a huge problem. It's becoming abundantly clear that Donald Trump has no oversight on Elon Musk and his muskrats at Doge. And now the things that they are doing and publishing are putting American lives directly at risk. Elon Musk has leaked.
That sounds like a band right there. Elon Musk and the Muskrats. Damn. Elon Musk and the Muskrats. Damn. Yeah, buddy. They are in there. They are in there. Congratulations. So once again, you see these blunders taking place from an unelected official. Once again, Ecclesiasticus 10:3. An unwise king destroyeth his people. All of this shit that he's doing, anytime you have a national security situation, and they're able to infiltrate, the system that we have, they're doing it on purpose so they could say, oh, well, we got to reset this. We can't keep going with this one because they figured it out. We got to, it's making it easier for them to transition into this new system, right? Problem, reaction, solution. It says, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited, right? And unfortunately, those individuals don't exist in this cabinet. It says, the power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And it's going to start with Yahweh Shai, the Lord, all right? And then starting with the elect, 144,000 are going to be, the top officials, the superstars, if you will, the head officials, and the kingdom to come. This is why we're praying that we are a part of this hopeful elect, 144,000, and then the 1/3 are the family and the friends and the loved ones of the 144,000 that believe in as well, that will be delivered in that day. All right. So it's not just 144,000 men that haven't had sex with any woman and stuff. No, the translation is 144,000 virgins. And how are they virgins? Because they haven't gone after any other doctrine. They're not swayed by any other belief system. Okay. They're going to remain true because the scripture says those that endure unto the end shall be saved. It says, so the Heavenly Father, the power of the earth is in his hands, okay? Period. You know what he's doing? He's allowing these things to happen. You think he turned a blind eye? He turned around, oh my gosh, I was just away for a second. No. All right. It says, in the land of the Most High, and the land of God is the prosperity of man. And upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor, right? And the true scribes and are the prophets of the Lord right now that are keeping track of this, who are letting you know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That says, in the hand of God is prosperity of man, is the prosperity of man. And this place has been so far from the Most High that, nobody can sit back and say that this is a God-fearing country. Exodus 23:2, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. All right, so don't be going after a multitude to do evil. Oh, well, everybody over here is doing it because that's what's going to happen with the mark of the beast. I have your celebrities and all these individuals out here pushing the line on that, making it seem like it's popular. It's a thing to do. Look, you can open your car door, your house. You don't have to carry a wallet. You don't have to carry a purse anymore. All this dumb shit, the same shit that they utilize to get people to buy any other major products, right? Thou shalt, Deuteronomy 17:15, thou shalt in any wise set a king over thee, whom Yahweh thy power shall choose, right? The Heavenly Father is supposed to choose that because the people don't know what's going on. The vast majority of them are wicked as hell, all right? But this is originally how it was supposed to be set up for so-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. So why are you voting? Okay, that's a joke in itself. You voting and shit, and you set somebody that's not your brother over you. And then someone could say, oh, well, Edomites are our brothers and shit. Like, yeah, but that's your evil twin. Don't be setting a hated brother over you. You know what I'm saying? It says, Psalm 70:2, let them be ashamed. Let them be ashamed and confounded that seek after my soul. Let them be turned backwards and put to confusion that desire my hurts. So ultimately, this whole highly esteemed reset that they have is going to be turned over on Esau's head. And that's what we look forward to. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, it looks like it's going to succeed and flourish. Hey, but trust and believe this has to happen, Psalm 75:6, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor the west, nor from the south, but the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. So it don't matter. Now stop saying, oh, because you voted for Trump, you voted for Kamal. Most High put in there who he wanted to be in there. Do you understand? Even though, yeah, you got caught up in that whole witchcraft voting trash. But like it says, but God is the judge. He putteth down one and he setteth up another. You understand? So the Heavenly Father is the one who chose that position to be filled by these devils. Proverbs 28:15, a roaring lion and a raging bear. So is the wicked, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people. Hey, that's just like, hey, these devils is like a damn raging lion, a roaring lion, or a raging bear. That's how they're gonna be as they cut off more of these different government systems that were set up to help the poor, which, of course, majorly affected and it was a benefit to Edomite women on and lesbian and transgender and all of that, the DEI. But that was also a basic system that was set up that directly impacted farmers as well, right? Because when you get these different governments benefits, what it is helping out the farmers as well, and from the crops and the extra and the surplus that they gain, the cheese and the milk, all of that, all of that is written off and it pays the farmers. So without that, your farmers are going to be going broke, and as they go broke, either they're going to have to give it over to the government, and which they're just going to make everything poisonous and GMO as they already doing, or those individuals are going to lose their farm completely. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to be out of work. Okay, losing they job and they farm, which is their farm, which is their life. Hey, it's gonna be some chaos out here. Shortages of food, right? All right, so they are like a roaring lion and a raging bear, right? Proverbs 28:21, to have respect a person is not good. For a piece of bread, that man will transgress. And that's all it is. It's about money. Because they got this respect a person for these elites, and all they doing is throwing more and more numbers at these billionaires, and they like fuck it, they throwing all their morals behind them, for a piece of bread. Proverbs 28:22, he that hasteneth to be rich hath an evil eye. And that's all of these devils, man, especially these. That's why they passing all of these, different bills. So you have all these major billionaires and the heads of these companies are the ones that are going to benefit from the fallback from that. They get a tax break. Okay, that's what it's all about. It's making that 1% richer and the 99% poor. What does it say? A slave shall own you as a slave. You should, in the future. What is that? I forgot that Edomite's name. Klaus. That devil said, in the future, you will own nothing. You will have nothing and own nothing, loosely translated, and you will be happy, you know. And that's the system that they really want, because slaves don't own anything, right? It says, he that hasteneth to be rich hath an evil eye, and considereth not that poverty shall come upon him. Because ultimately, this place is going to be torn down. So all of these elites, they think they being set up to flourish and be in great position, where the Heavenly Father's going to bring this whole system crashing down on their heads, and they're not going to have shit. They're going to be the slaves. Proverbs 29:12. For ruler hearken the lies, all of his servants are wicked. Okay? Period. That's it. So everybody in those positions, the reason they're getting fired is because they don't hearken to lies. They like, hey, they probably have morals that they still stand on. Like, I ain't with that shit. Well, fire, you're fired. You're fired. All right? Because that's how it goes. Okay. So what is the duty altogether? Well, Isaiah 30:2. That walk and go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, to trust in the shadow of Egypt, right? What y'all doing now is this is present day Babylon and Egypt and Rome all wrapped up into one, right? And Greece, okay, all wrapped up into one. The spirit of those places are inhabited in America. And as this being shadow of Egypt, y'all are just running down to it, giving all your rights, voting and support, no matter which way it go. Well, the government will figure it out. We just trust, putting your full trust in the system is foolishness, man. And this goes for even so-called white people that y'all finding out the hard way real quick that this devil don't give a shit about you. Them at least don't give a damn what color you are. They really want to eradicate you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Natives, but they consider the rest of these poor white people as derelicts. And the derelicts, you can consider that like a whole handful of sand. You holding a handful of sand and you got a little bit that leaks out between your fingers and on the sides. Those are the derelicts. They don't give a shit about them. Therefore, shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. And a lot of motherfuckers is confused right now because they like, damn, what's going on? I voted for you and they feeling bad, you know. Isaiah 32:5. A vile person shall no more be called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. Right? No more be called liberal, and the chore, the wicked, the evil, the foolish, shall now no longer be called said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy and to utter error against Yahweh, to make empty the soul of the hungry. And he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. Now, if that ain't Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and the current, and JD Vance, and this whole cabinet they got on top, underneath, they fall underneath the Rothschild family and all those, you know, big Edomite major families and shit, you know, starting with the Rothschilds on down. All right. You know, that's how they really feel. All right. They're going to cause a drink to fail. They're going to, hey, no food. I was just looking at that, how they were running in Costco. These motherfuckers out here, they got like, you know, they sell like 20, I don't know if it's packs of 20 or 40 eggs. I forgot. But these motherfuckers is loading up 30 or 40 packs of 20, 30, 40 packs. So it might be 90 eggs. They loading up like 30 of them in a fucking basket. Like, you dumb motherfucker. You can't even eat that many goddamn eggs. They gonna go bad before that. But they just, you know, that's that hoarder mind state. In 10 minutes, they was gone. They keep reloading. They gone in 10 minutes. What the fuck you finna do with that many eggs? Either they gonna go bad before you get to them. I don't give a damn how big. You just gonna eat eggs every goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? Either they gonna go bad before you get to them, or they gonna fuck around and start selling them eggs to other people at an inflated price. Either way, you making yourself a target in a situation where food is scarce. They gonna come straight to your house. That nigga had about 30 goddamn 90 packs of eggs. Yeah, let's go over there. You know what I'm saying? Stupid. This is fucking greed. The instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh. We're going to make America great again. We're going to, you know, have made all of these false ass promises about how they're going to lift up the people and everything's going to be good and it's going to be the best it's ever been, when it's the complete opposite. Isaiah 32:8. But the liberal deviseth liberal things, about liberal things shall he stand. Yeah, these devils are going to stand by the agendas that they cause to move in place, because all in all, that's what it was established to do, was to bring about this new world order. This wicked kingdom is going to be established for a short period of time. That's why they're coming down with such great wrath before the Lord puts that spiritual foot dead in their ass. All right. So with that, I pray you were edified. Do your research, man. And until the next time, I bid you shalom. It's 2:22. Ooh.